Coming up in this episode,
we set off on a 2-day voyage to Nova Scotia, Canada.
Really looking forward to this 2-day passage, 48-hour passage, only 230 miles. I can't stop eating figs.
And we get surrounded by thick fog. From the last episode, we moved from Plymouth to Boston to get ready for the passage to Canada.
Good morning, everybody. What date is it? I haven't got anything ready. It's 10 to 9, Saturday, 16th of July, and it's time to leave the USA for Canada. This is the route we're going to take today. Oh, do you want to do the mouse pit, Luke? Because I'm no good with the mouse pit.
We are in here.
Yeah, there we are. We're up there, up in Boston.
There.
Anchored up there. And we're taking a passage all the way out of here. Gulf of Maine. We want to travel across here. The wind is going to be... I'll do the wind later. All up to here. Where are we going? Falmouth, was it? Yarmouth. Got Yarmouth in the UK, haven't we? It's 230 nautical miles. Get my hand out the picture. To this anchorage in Yarmouth. We're going to anchor just at the top there. There's a little basin here where you're allowed to anchor. Should take around 48 hours. It should be a pretty easy sail straight across the Gulf of Maine there. Nothing really to worry about. The only thing we've got to worry about is once we get near this coast, the tides run up and down this way 3 knots. So we'll have to compensate on a bit of an angle to try and get into here safely.
I'm going to go through the weather. This is where we are, starting at Boston. And we'll be leaving, we're going to be leaving to southerly winds, only 5 knots, so we'll struggle a little bit. Let's forward on a good 8 hours. Wind is increasing to 11 knots. We should be out by here by then. So 17 knots up there, beautiful winds, southerlies. We'll forward on 24 hours till 12 o'clock on Sunday, which hopefully will be, well, in the middle there, hopefully. 12 knots. You can see it's all green, so green is good to go. And then we'll forward on for another 24 hours, and yeah, it's still green, all green, so we'll not be becalmed. We were originally going to leave tomorrow, but on Tuesday we got this coming. Heavy winds. And if you go to the wind gusts, yes.
Yeah, pretty red, pretty nasty.
30 knots. So basically,
have good wind all the way.
Yeah.
Nice, good sailing.
I bet we'll get becalmed though.
Do you reckon?
So we're going from here, just a straight cross across the Bay of Maine, and then into here, Yarmouth.
Perfect.
Looks like lovely weather. I'll give you the overall situation on what is happening. Nothing really, I don't think. There must be a high pressure somewhere, is there? Yeah.
High's right in the middle.
But that's why we're getting our winds at the moment. It's because there we are going across this bay here. This high is sitting in the middle here, and that's why we're getting the wind. See that the high is not really moving. That's what's creating the winds to come around in a circle like that.
Highs go clockwise, and lows go anti-clockwise. If you didn't know.
Well, that's in the northern hemisphere. It's
yes.
Opposite in the southern hemisphere. You got these low pressures brewing off the coast here
all the time. Why are we talking about this for?
Because it's interesting. Just making our way out now. Goodbye USA. See you again one day maybe. Simple job so far. We got our motor a good few miles down this channel. As you can see by that buoy, our first challenge is to fight 0.8 of a knot of current out of this bay. Unfortunately, it is what it is, I suppose. Doing 2.9 knots, so we'll get there. we are leaving Boston now. I'd just like to apologise that we haven't actually got any footage from the land on Boston. Due to the time we turned up, we had to shelter in that bay, and then we come over here, and then we had loads of shopping to do and things like that, and getting things ready. So it didn't turn out we had time to go into Boston. We would love to go into Boston city centre, but we were originally gonna go into Boston city centre today and then leave tomorrow, but because of those strong winds, we had no choice but to leave today. So
just past. I was gonna say Plassin, like Luke says.
No.
This red buoy here, just passing that, and then we can make a turn that way and out towards Canada. It looks like there's a bit more wind out there. You can see the darker shading on the ocean. Hopefully, please, we get the Genoa up. Get the Genoa up and yeah, I guess sailing again. The Spinnaker would be nice. We could fly along with that.
My name's Luke.
Yeah, he's an idiot. In the meantime, once we've cleared all these lobster pots and crab pots, we're going to make some cheese on toast with gherkins. It's a new thing at the minute. Oh, yeah. Gherkins are delicious. We had a treat yesterday.
Oh yeah, we did.
What do we have?
I don't know.
We had McDonald's. Oh, it was. I ate mine really slowly, and we had loads of dips, and I was just savouring every second of it. And here in America, you get free refills on your drinks. So you just go up to the machine with your cup, put some ice in there, and you can just taste all. I had some Dr. Pepper, some Fanta. I had little bits in there all the time, and maybe about that much in the cup. Drink some of that, and then go and get some more. There it is. Cheese on toast, the gherkins, ketchup. Delicious.
We do have a bit of breeze, and we've just switched the engine off. Look at that, 7 to 8 knots of breeze, 3.2 speed over ground, 3.3 speed over ground. Adam stuffing his face full of figs.
Got an issue.
They're so
we bought figs.
delicious.
Shouldn't have bought them because you can't stop eating the bloody things. Luke's had about 20.
No, I haven't. I got about 7, 8.
That's bad.
That makes it just as good. Hopefully, this is it now. We can sail all the way there. Please, please. Oh, I love sailing. I just love sailing. I don't like motoring. I hate it. We've motored for nearly 2 hours, and it's just enough. It really is enough. And the conditions out here, flat as anything, it's absolutely stunning. Now this is the best sailing you could possibly ask for.
Flash one. Come away.
No, I gotta have my 9th one now.
As they say, I'm a growing boy.
Look at that. 3.5 knots. We need more tape on this.
Got around 7.5 to 8 knots for apparent winds, and we're doing 3 knots through the water. I think that's pretty respectable. Really looking forward to this 2-day passage, 48-hour passage, only 230 miles. A bit of a slow start. We knew it was going to be a slow start. Not much wind around this morning, but then it picks up this afternoon and tomorrow. Tonight and tomorrow looking all good. Looking forward to getting settled into, just life at sea. No internet, which is nice. No social media. Just you and the ocean. Settle into a routine. So peaceful and quiet. All you can hear is the water on the hull.
what's left of it, is it? Wow.
Yeah. Well, this is a BVI.
Yeah.
Good quality, he said. What a load of rubbish. Yeah, it's going to go on the wall of fame.
The wall of travel. Beginning to see a slight change in the conditions out here. We've got a couple of white horses forming on the sea, and we've got 14 knots of wind at the moment, and we're doing 5.8 knots speed over ground. So we're getting offshore now, I think, and this is the weather we're going to have, which is nice. It's welcomed. As long as it doesn't get up into the 20s, I'll be happy. Did have a bit of a slow start, but we are flying now. 5.8 knots or 5.9 knots, and 14 knots nearly being reached. Wonderful sailing conditions, absolutely wonderful. Goodbye, America! We're on our final passage from the USA to Canada, and we've seen the US Coast Guard, but everybody told us when we were traveling the coast of America that would be boarded loads, and maybe we've been lucky. We haven't been boarded or inspected at all, not once.
Basking in the evening sun. Last of the rays.
As you can see behind me, the sun is going down. It's going to be dark soonish. I'm feeling quite nervous, really, because we are going north and things are already starting to get a little bit cooler. And I know up in north in Nova Scotia, it's going to be quite cool up there. When things are cold, things get a bit more scary and real. If you fall overboard in the cold, you're not going to last long in this water because it's getting colder. Definitely getting colder. So we've just got to be really more careful. Start wearing our harnesses and life jackets when we're on watch a bit more. Yeah, it's so uncharted territory for us. It's like going up to Canada where there's really fierce tides. Like up in Scotland, really, Shetland Islands and Orkney. Really fierce tides up there. I should imagine it's going to be very craggy up there and very isolated up there, so we've got to be careful. Yes, but sailing is wonderful at the moment. We've got 13 knots being reached, and we're doing 6.3 knots speed over ground. It's wonderful. Stays like this all night, we'll be well happy. It feels like we're going to the top of the world. Oh God.
Look at that sky behind me, isn't that just incredible? I think it's time to get the navigation lights on now and start settling into these night watches.
So if you don't know if you can see this chart, it is 9:26 at night. We got a low patch by here called Cashier's Ledge. Zoom right into it. It's unbelievable. It's only 12 meters in this area, so it's definitely a place to avoid. I've just gone off to port for a bit. The wind is a bit breezy at the moment, so I've gone off to port and we're heading. Yarmouth is here and we're heading quite far north of Yarmouth. Later on the wind is due to die away, so then we'll turn back and head into it a bit to keep our speed up, you know what I mean. Meanwhile, I just got the electric lights out. Adam is in there somewhere.
I'm in my coffin. It's very comfortable.
Is it comfortable?
Yeah. I'm having a little bit of a rest. And Luke's doing all the watching and stuff, and then we'll top over.
Yes, that normal thing you do though, isn't it? You just lay there all night and I do all the work.
Yeah. Good night, see you in the morning.
Yes, this is fresh milk. Amazing, isn't it? There she blows. Literally pure milk. What an absolute luxury. We're living in God's pocket, Ed. Thank you, Mum, for the delicious hot chocolate.
Put it into a jug.
Absolutely delicious. Thank you, Mum.
So it's 12 at night. I've been on watch, Luke's been sleeping, and the wind dropped off to about 8 to 10 knots, so I've shaken a reef out on the mainsail. So we've got the full main back up and the full Jenny back up. I had to put the boom preventer on as well because there wasn't enough wind to hold the main out and it was starting to bang because of the waves. Hopefully it doesn't get any lighter than this. We're doing back up to 4.7 knots, so we're doing about 4. Hopefully it will sustain this wind throughout the night, or maybe hopefully get a little bit stronger, so we can maintain about 5 knots. It's 3:30 in the morning and the sun is starting to show its face. How very early. I'm gonna go to sleep now and Luke's gonna go on watch. Good morning. It's 7:45 in the morning and we have pea soup fog out here. Visibility is probably down to about 50, 60 meters. Good job we got AIS. Let's put the radar on, I think. I know there's nothing out here. Literally 15 minutes ago it was clear. And now all this is coming. They do say you get a lot of fog out here. So this is the first time we've experienced fog out here. Yeah, not good. Doing okay though. We had to take Neppy off the helm, so there wasn't enough wind for her to keep course. So we got Jim Bob on the helm. We've got about between 7 and 10 knots. It is as predicted. Probably get the spinnaker up today because I pretty much predicted that all day. Morning. A good sleep.
What are we doing?
Doing about 3 to 3.5.
Because we got a spinnaker.
Yeah. It's really foggy out there.
Foggy?
Yeah, pea soup fog.
No.
Yeah.
It's scary.
No. Checking AIS, there's nothing around.
I'm scared.
Just thick fog. Yeah.
I'm scared.
No.
You must be, Ed. You said you were terrified of fog. Because of the film, The Mist.
Well, that old classic film. The fog or the mist. Yeah. It's going to be about 7 to 10 knots all day until about this evening. Picking up this evening. So we'll get the spinnaker up, I think. Bowl it out. I think I'll do.
We're going to try a different sail today. We've got, the problem is, see, we want to get our spinnaker up, but we haven't got, it's too beam reach for the normal spinnaker, so we're going to get our black asymmetrical spinnaker up. I got that right, I can't believe it. Like, and we're going to use it as like a big Genoa side sail, see if that works. Not sure if it'll work, but we'll give it a go. Putting the black spinnaker up, we don't know what to call it, asymmetric spinnaker on the side like this was a very good idea. It was Adam's idea, because I was just like, oh, don't know if it's going to work, don't know if it's going to work, but it has worked, because at the moment we've got 7 knots, or 8, and we're doing 4 to 4 point knots, the speed over ground. Great improvements from 3 to 2.9 to 3. We can carry on like this all day. Tonight the wind is due to pick up to 24 knots. So we'll be absolutely flying, and yeah, we'll go through the charts later because we got tide is a big factor down by Yarmouth. Hopefully we should arrive there between about 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. It's been fantastic so far. I just wish it could carry on a few more days, but it's not going to, so. Passages are too short. How are we going, Ed?
Doing between 3 and 4 knots. Got about 5 knots for apparent. Meant to be from behind, but then it's nearly beam. It's patchy. There's patches of wind everywhere and it's all over the place, but we're doing okay. It's still looking like we're going to get there sometime tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I think so.
The wind's really filling in tonight, 20 odd knots. It's still so thick with fog since 9 o'clock this morning, and it's past 11.
It's really warm and sunny, isn't it?
It's warm and sunny, yeah, but really foggy. I'm saying to Luke, I'm quite glad that we're right out in the middle of the Bay of Maine.
Gulf of Maine, isn't it?
Gulf of Maine, as there's no traffic. If we were near the shore where there's loads of fishing boats and sport fishing boats zooming around, then I'd be scared of getting hit, but there's nothing over here. We have our radar on. Is that toilet roll, isn't it?
Yeah, we got our radar on because it's foggy outside. We can only really run it in the day because it uses an extraordinary amount of power.
normally you'd see something going around here as it's scanning around, if there's turning in the round thing at the top of the mast. But as you can see, it's not picking up anything. It's picking up tiny little blobs, which are most likely waves or something. Each green round line is 2 nautical miles. I've got rings set to 2 nautical miles, so each one is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and so out there. So
there's nothing on there at all.
Nothing on there. We can't run it in the night because it uses too much electricity. King's a battery.
Way too much electricity.
Yeah, and you can set it to rings 4 nautical miles, so like, you know, loads of miles, or you can go really close.
Yeah. We've used it for weather as well, picking up rain showers,
down,
and it picks up the rain, which is pretty cool. But there we go. I'll be on today now.
Picking up little tiny bits.
Yeah, I don't think it's anything.
Nothing here though. 4 nautical mile range rings at the moment. A bit far really. 2 nautical miles in. Pick it up tiny bit there.
Little blobs here and there, but you see, if there was a vessel, it'd be quite big.
Yeah, and it'll come up like sort of a shape of a vessel.
Yeah.
Wind's gone. Frustrating me, this one is. Because the forecast was for amazing wind and now there's none. We've got to get there tomorrow, that's the thing. Got to get there tomorrow, we've got 100 miles to go.
Oh, I've got the other spinnaker down, asymmetrical, put this one up. It's so much better, lighter.
Yeah.
It inflicts better.
The other material is too heavy.
For us.
It's too big for the boat.
It's too big for the boat.
It's designed for them way bigger boat, I think.
I think it came off a 36-foot big boat, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Racing boat.
it's just not designed
My
for
mast is too stubby, so it just falls in the water.
the
Well,
material is too heavy.
it's still foggy again, and there should be wind. There should be a decent 10 knots blowing, and there just isn't anything again. The forecast we've found, the further we go north, is so unreliable.
Very
It's
frustrating.
so frustrating. Sleeping, fast asleep. Woke up, Luke was running around on deck. Came up, and there's nothing. And Luke's like really angry because it's just drives you nuts, doesn't it?
We've got a deadline, we've got to get there tomorrow because the next day there's a front coming in. We've got to
Really
get there
bad
before
front
dark
coming in.
tomorrow. And it's
Quarter
2
to 10 to
o'clock.
2.
So
Yeah.
we've got 100 miles to do.
We'll do it.
I'll work
We
out the
need wind.
average. Yeah,
Otherwise,
work
we're
out
going to
the
have to
average.
get this bloody big red going.
No, we're not doing that.
Coming up next week, we step on Canadian soil for the first time.
Thanks for watching this episode. If you enjoyed it, give us a like, thumbs up, and leave a comment below.
We'd like to give a massive shout out to our amazing patrons. Without your support, this adventure wouldn't be possible.